When you come up against the hard wall of reality of what happens with these children, you need a different set of approaches as a doctor. It means you have to address complexity much more comprehensively. You have to address tragedy much more comprehensively. So what we have to do is have a truthfulness and a trust and the capacity to be present with a family through something during a time in which we may be able to offer very little beyond the comfort of an abiding presence with them. The challenge for the family of regaining, reassembling a form of hope that will carry them forward for themselves as parents and for the siblings, absolutely critical. And that is not a cheap hope. That is a hope that we have to work through with the family to assemble. And it's got to be a realistic hope, and it's not a superficial hope.
I think it's very hard for people who haven't been in our shoes to understand what hope looks like for a family like ours. Doctors and treating specialists, therapists seem to think that hope is about finding a cure or a miracle or being able to say that one day you're going to get better. We were not naive. We understood that that wasn't the case. We knew what the end of our journey was, but that didn't mean that there wasn't the opportunity to provide hope on that journey. We had a lot of sympathy, but we were sometimes short on empathy. And I get that. I understand it's hard to know what a family like ours is going through. But for families like ours, hope might mean something like hope that your child's not going to suffer, hope that if he's in pain, you'll be able to tell us and you'll be able to treat it, hope that his life will matter, that it will have meaning, hope that he'll have happiness, and maybe just hope that he can still smile in a year or 2 years. Simple things like that that are probably different to most people. When people are faced with old age, they always use the Dylan Thomas quote about not going quietly, right? Raging against the dying of the light. Help us do that, because that's what hope is. Teach us how to rage against the dying of the light.